Sets fires, puts it up. Bang! Steph Curry from way downtown.
Welcome to the Juice Bar.
This is the place to be.
There are two cases on the docket to be heard today. The first case is the Brooklyn Nets versus the Miami Heat. And then the second case on the docket is the matter of the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. So let's get started with the first case. In the first case is the matter of the Brooklyn Nets versus the Miami Heat. And the Brooklyn Nets are ready to bring forth their evidence. So let's take a look at what happened during this game. Exhibit A. Turnovers and poor transition defense was a problem for the Brooklyn Nets during this game. The Brooklyn Nets committed 26 turnovers. You're not going to win any type of basketball games turn the ball over like that. And then some of these turnovers was like just due to the pressure that the Miami Heat was applying to them, because they turned the ball over by trying to pass the ball. They turned the ball over by dribbling the ball. You know, it was just an issue for them. And then with each turnover, they really wasn't getting back on defense because that was leading towards easy layups for the Miami Heat. Can't win basketball games like that. Exhibit B. I sent the APB out for the Brooklyn Nets interior defense because it was nowhere to be found. So we're looking for that at this moment right now, because they gave up 56 points in the paint. The Miami Heat players were just walking into the paint without any resistance. And having bad interior defense is going to be a problem out east, especially with guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and then also this up-and-coming young Cleveland Cavaliers team. They got good, solid big men and good guards that can get to the bucket. They're going to have to find that. That's why I put the APB out for them guys. Exhibit C. With this being a preseason game, the Brooklyn Nets decided to sit 3 of their players, and that was Joe Harris, Steph Curry, and Kyrie Irving. But on the bright spot of things, we also seen that Kevin Durant, he had 22 points in 25 minutes. Markieff Morris, he gave them 10 points in 15 minutes. And then Ben Simmons, just seeing Ben Simmons out there playing with a smile on his face, and he gave him a good stat line as far as he had 4 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. You know, once he get back acclimated to things, he had cut down on them turnovers. He did have 6 turnovers, but this is his second game back from the playoffs of 2021. So at this time, the Miami Heat will be bringing forth their evidence. Exhibit A. The Miami Heat played with a lot of effort, and they brought a lot of intensity to the game. They had an 18-point lead at halftime, and they concluded the game with a 29-point victory, with the score being Miami Heat 109, Brooklyn Nets 80 points. Exhibit B. The Miami Heat was balanced. They brought high intensity and effort on both ends of the court, and then their scoring was balanced as well. Just look at the numbers that they did. You had Bam Adebayo with 17 points. You had Strauss with 10 points. Kyle Lowry with 15 points. The rookie Jovic with 10 points. Jamal Cain with 15 points. Duncan Robinson ended up finding some part of his game back with 12 points. And the list goes on. Like they had a very balanced scoring attack, and they had a balanced defensive scheme. They forced the issue on the offensive end and was making sure that they got to the paint, and they ended up having 56 points in the paint for the game. And then on the defensive end, they forced the Brooklyn Nets into having 26 turnovers, and they capitalized off the turnovers too, because they had a lot of easy buckets in transition. In conclusion, in the matter of the Brooklyn Nets versus the Miami Heat, the Brooklyn Nets, they do have a lot to work on. Maybe because they do have a lot of new pieces, and then they got to build up that chemistry with each other. It's a long season. The main concern with the Brooklyn Nets is the interior defense. The offense will be there. Like I said, Joe Harris, Kyrie Irving, and Steph Curry set out this game. So when they come back, they will be able to help limit those turnovers. But on that defensive end, they don't have no answer for dominant big men or just even good guards who can get to the bucket. The Miami Heat is still a contender out east. They bring a lot of effort, high intensity, and they play smart basketball. And so the thing with the issue with the Heat, what they had in the postseason, was Bam Adebayo. He wasn't being aggressive. Like during the season, he will be aggressive, attacking, getting some jump shots in, getting to the basket, and put a lot of pressure on the defense. But in the postseason, he was only shooting like 3-4 shots a game. He can't do that this year. And I noticed like he had 11 shots. So he gotta stay aggressive. We all know like Jimmy Butler is pretty much the leader of this team. But in order for this team to be successful, you're gonna have to have Bam Adebayo be aggressive, and at the same time, Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo, and Duncan Robinson is gonna have to be aggressive on the offensive end as well in the postseason. I will be giving a court order today for Jimmy Butler to never wear those extensions again. The next case on the docket in the matter of the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. I reviewed the evidence of the case, and I had came to the conclusion to dismiss this case due to the fact that none of the starters for the Los Angeles Lakers played. But I will express a concern that I have for the Lakers, and that comes back down to Anthony Davis. He didn't play in this game due to having a sore lower back. I think that may be a concern going forward in the season. So court for the day is adjourned. And the search for Russell Westbrook jump shot continues. It was last seen in Oklahoma City, April 2019. There were times that we thought he had found it, but those were just replicas. The replica of a jump shot that he wore last year terrorized Laker fans. They would go to sleep with nightmares and wake up with unexplained headaches. If you know the whereabouts of Russell Westbrook's jump shot, please contact the Los Angeles Lakers immediately. The terror must stop this season. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you like, make a comment, and subscribe to the page. Until next time.